Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Talking Housewives with Dee. I'm Dee, and today we're talking about the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Season 6, Episode 5, I believe. But we're just going to go ahead and call this episode Angie K Crashes Out, because our girl really did crash the fuck out. Oh my god, I love Angie. I say this every video, but she really lost her shit this episode. So this entire episode takes place in one location, you guys. We're at one event from start to finish. This episode, we didn't go anywhere. We are at this wine tasting with Whitney, and it's so chaotic. I took a ton of notes, but everything was just all over the place. So just bear with me while I get through everything. I'm gonna try my best to make it all make sense. But yeah. Also, if you hear something in the background, today is the day my neighbors decided that they were going to move shit around in their backyard and make a lot of noise. So, here we are. Okay, so let's just get right into it. So, we have Whitney and Justin talking about this event that Whitney is putting on. It's a wine tasting thing, and it's called Whitney's Telepathic Tasting. So, that's what's going on. And, they just talk about it, and then we get right into the wine tasting. Like, they waste no time jumping into this. So the girls are getting out the car. Everyone looks great. Mary gets out, and she's talking about this place has bad juju because apparently the former owner killed himself and his wife in front of their dog on, like, Christmas Day. So Mary's not fucking with it. She's not fucking with it. Angie gets out. She's carrying a box, and she, like, puts it underneath the table when she gets in there. Lisa comes. She has an envelope. Bronwyn comes. She's dressed in, like, this very Bronwyn outfit. Lots of flowers. Looks really cute. And then Meredith shows up. And she's wearing, like, a denim flower sort of thing. It wasn't giving the way Bronwyn was giving. And that's unfortunate because Meredith really dresses nice, so I'm not sure. She kind of missed the mark with this one, but maybe I just don't know fashion. I don't know. So Whitney gives a toast, and she's like, she was looking at videos of herself in the past, and she was so much fun, and she used to be this carefree, sexy Whitney, and then she toned it down once Justin lost his job. And then she says that, that wasn't really the real her. She wants to go back to being the fun girl that she was. So this is kind of what it is now. And then she says that there's a tarot reader here, all the way from New York. He's, like, the best of the best. And, like, Mary's not fucking with it. Like, she says that's, like, evil. And honestly, you guys, my grandma, who was very religious, I grew up with a very religious grandmother. And she almost lost her mind when one of our cousins came over and we were like 10 years old. She had tarot cards, and my grandma, like, she was so upset. She said, we better not touch that, get away from that. So, like, I get where Mary's coming from. Yeah, so the girls, they're tasting the wine. Mary doesn't eat tartar. She's like, no, I don't want it. Like, she doesn't do the raw stuff. And I agree with Mary. I'm kind of like that too a little bit. I had a steak tartar one time. Dude, guys, my stomach was so messed up after that. Like, oh my god, I was really paying for that that night and the next day. And then the same thing happened to me. I just pulled the same shit in Mexico. I did the same thing with that. Was not feeling good. And I've had raw fish before too. It's not, really my thing. I do like a spicy tuna roll though. I do like that. That's neither here or there. So anyways, Angie says that she, as they're talking, doing their wine tasting, whatever, Angie says that, she wants a house with a lot of land because she usually has these modern houses with very little backyard space. So she wants, some land, and she wants a vineyard and, like, animals and stuff. And she's like, so someone please buy my house. And then Brittany looks up her house, and Brittany's like, oh wow, yeah, I see your house. Oh, there's a price adjustment. That's not good. And she's like, Angie, you should have reached out to me about your house. I do real estate. And then, like, Angie's like, Brittany, like, I don't even know you like that. Like, my godson's mother is the one helping us out with the house and blah, 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 whatever. And then, Brittany kind of just starts, like, going back and forth with her. And it's like, your house, you set it at, it's too high, and the price adjustment and blah, 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 this and that, And then Angie's like, Brittany, my house is priced that way because I live in the most prestigious zip code. And then Brittany's like, no, I think I live in the most prestigious zip code. And then everyone starts to chime in. They're like, actually, no. It goes this one, this one, this one, this one. They're like naming off cities, like, and then Angie's just kind of sitting there. So Brittany and Angie are still kind of going back and forth. And then Jared calls Brittany and she's like, oh, sorry guys, Jared's calling. And this is when we find out that she basically did choose Jared over her daughter. Like, everything that Whitney said went in one ear and right out the other. So Whitney says to everyone, like, oh, Jared came to my house to talk to Justin. And then Jared is saying that he spent tons of money on Brittany, like, taking her out, going on vacations, and like, basically saying, like, sometimes I wonder if she actually likes me or she's just with me because she wants to get things. And so Brittany, like, starts crying, and this is, like, the theater kid in Brittany coming out. I really don't believe, like, Brittany is being authentic on the show. I think she's just playing a part, if I'm being completely honest. So she, like, starts crying. She's like, that's, like, really messed up. Like, why would he say that? Like, I'm some type of gold digger. And then the flowers start falling in the back, like 2 bouquets of flowers. Like, the centerpieces just fall. So now we're done with Brittany, for now. So, Meredith just asked the table, like, well, not asked the table. She says in front of everyone, she asked Lisa, are you spreading rumors about me and my family behind my back? And of course Lisa says no. Like, she's like, I don't even know where you are getting this from. And she's like, I don't know what this is about, but Satan looks like she might. And then it just goes to Angie doing, like, this little smirk. And Angie's like, no, I don't do my work in the dark. I do my work in the light. And then at that point, the tarot reader comes, and I'll just tell you guys, like, what the tarot reader was talking to these women about. But I'm not really interested. I do believe in tarot. I do. But then also, guys, I actually paid a tarot card reader. I actually paid a couple of tarot card readers. Like, okay, so this one lady I paid, and, like, she was, like, really good, and I'm like, oh gosh, like, she's, like, the truth. And then I paid her again, like, a year later, because I was, like, in the same situation, and I'm like, like, girl, what's going on? And she told me that basically the person that I was asking about was like, we're not going to be together and it's over, blah, blah, blah. Y'all, he's still here. Like, and then honestly, if I'm asking a tarot card reader, like, things about a person, I probably shouldn't be with them, but we all have our flaws, our faults. Oh my god. All right, enough about me and my tarot card readers. So Lisa says Angie's a bully, because now they're going back and forth, and she's like, you attacked my kid. And then Angie's like, I didn't attack your kids, whatever, even though, like, she kind of did. I love Angie, but you kind of did. So then Meredith starts yelling, not the kids, you're hurting other people, stop going low. Like, she's, like, being so extra. And then Heather says, like, Meredith usually wouldn't let this type of stuff go, and she's like, that's really weird that she's doing that. And then she says, Lisa tends to have information on other people. So what does that tell you? I've always believed from last episode that, yeah, Lisa was telling Angie shit. Like, you need to go do this, you need to go do that. Because remember, Lisa called Meredith a garbage whore who fucks half of New York. So of course she said that. Like, why wouldn't she tell Angie if they're, like, besties? I believe that Lisa never even liked Meredith. Whatever. Okay, so now they bring up Angie and Lisa's text. So Angie starts telling him about the situation that happened when Lisa's assistant came to Lunatic Fringe and wanted the Fresh Wolf stuff back. What a sentence, right? So Angie, so Angie brings up these text messages, and like, this is what Lisa said. Like, she says that I'm using someone else's credit card to go on vacation, and then Angie pulls out her 3 black cards. She's like, I have this one, I have that one, I have this one, and I even have a Prada Amex bracelet that I can just swipe or use whenever. And I'm like, I'm so fucking poor. I didn't even know that was a thing. A Prada Amex bracelet. I don't even have an Amex card. I have a regular just credit card. This is way out of my tax bracket. I'm like, God damn, Angie. And then Angie stands up because, when Angie's mad, she stands up and she starts pointing her finger and all that. So she tells Lisa she's going to pull her ears back tighter than the facelift she got or whatever. And then this is where we go downhill, because once Angie gets there, it's kind of hard for her to stop. And I say this as a stangy. So now they're just going back and forth, guys. Lisa calls Angie shorty. Angie says that Lisa needs a therapist. Whitney tries to get their attention by like clinking the spoon on the glass. And then Whitney just grabs Angie's face, like her head. She's like trying her best, like, please stop. They're not fucking stopping, y'all. They're not stopping. They're going back and forth, back and forth. So Bronwyn's crying because she just came out of her tarot card reading. And her reading was like, she needs to make peace with her mom because from what the tarot man said, she's probably not going to be around long. Which, that's why I only do love tarot. I don't want to know about my life and all that other stuff that actually means a lot to me, like my family and everything. I don't want to know anything. Just tell me about this man right now. That's it. Like, I don't care about, like, I care too much about the other stuff to know what's going to happen. Like, I would rather be surprised. I don't need you telling me what's going to happen and I'm going to obsess over it and start crying like Bronwyn. So she's like really emotional about it, and you can tell, like, I really hate this for Bronwyn. You could tell she's really struggling, and she loves her mom despite whatever her mom says. She cares about her mom, and she just lost her dad like right after filming too, so she was very emotional. So yeah, Angie and Lisa, they continue to go at it, right, guys? And I think Angie calls her the C word because she's like, you're such a bleep. And everyone's like, whoa, 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 whoa. So, like, if it was bitch, they don't bleep out bitch. But I think she called her C word. I think. And so then Whitney tries to pull her away. And then she's like, she tells everyone, pick up my black card so Lisa can go to Nordstrom. And then Lisa's like, I don't shop at Nordstrom, which is like, now I feel like shit because I shop at Nordstrom. Like, I thought I was doing it, something big at Nordstrom, but apparently I am not. I don't have an Amex, so I'm really not doing nothing. Like, damn, this whole episode made me feel so broke. So yeah, she's like, I don't shop at Nordstrom. And she's like, oh, you don't shop at Nordstrom? Your boyfriend does. And then Lisa goes, what about Soup Man, bitch? Who's Soup Man? Who is Soup Man? So everyone's like, who? What? Where did this come from? Soup Man. And you know what? Angie kept saying the Soup Man later on in the episode. Like, she doesn't know Soup Man. I'm like, okay, now, who is this Soup Man? I'm curious. Soup Man. I don't know, guys. We have to circle back to that in a later episode. So yeah, Whitney and Angie, they go by the pond. And then Lisa comes over. After Whitney then pulled Angie away, Lisa walks over. And she's like, stop talking behind my back. And then Angie said, like, what are you talking about? I used someone's credit card. And then Lisa's like, I heard that you used someone's credit card to go to Greece and you had to pay them back. And then I think she tells Mary, like, Mary, bring me my cards. Bring my cards so I can show you that how long I've had this card. I've been having American Express since 2003. Oh my God. So then Whitney says, like, how is this any different? She tells Lisa, how is this any different? You talking about her credit cards than, someone saying that you use another man's credit card. And then, like, Lisa starts talking, and Angie starts talking, and Whitney's like, oh my fucking God, Angie, stop talking. Like, she's like yelling at her. Like, everyone's had enough. We're only seeing about 40 minutes of this. I'm sure they were there for like 6 hours. So they are just all fed up with it. So Lisa goes for a reading because it's her turn with the tarot card guy. And then, like, she immediately starts crying. Like, once they bring up John. And I think, like, she's crying because she's, like, overwhelmed with all this shit going on, too. So, but apparently her and John, they're not seeing eye to eye on some things. Yeah, that's basically it. They have to recenter. They have to come towards each other again. So, while Lisa's getting her reading done, Angie said that Lisa keeps digging stuff up. Like, she always just digs stuff up. And then Heather and Mary says, well, like, you went along with it when she was digging stuff up on other people while you guys were friends. I was like, God damn. So Lisa comes back, and then Lisa's like, do you feel bad for anything? And then Bronwyn tells Angie, like, you talked about her kids. And then Angie goes, she talked about your husband's gout dick. Oh, God. Lisa's like, I apologized. Oh my God. And she's like, she says that Angie is always starting it, And then Lisa gets up. She's like, I could go low and you wouldn't be able to come back from that. You're just jealous. And then Lisa walks away. And then Mary says that she's going to go talk to Angie. Like, she's trying to calm Lisa down. And, like, Lisa's like, you're so motivational. I appreciate you. And then, yeah. So, yeah, Mary says she's going to go talk to Angie. So, Angie grabs her box while Meredith is getting her reading done. And, like, the box that she had put under the table. And then she comes back with the box. She puts it on the table. And it's, like, all stuff that Lisa has gifted her. So it's, like, just some other, like, little stuff, and, like, a Vita tequila bottle that was never opened, and, like, a toy horse that, Lisa bought for Electra. And then Lisa sees the stuff, and she's like, you just don't get it. And, she's like, you know what, you're upset because I'm working with Kerastas. And she's like, you're not working with them. And then Lisa's like, who's my best friend? And Angie's like, Ben Affleck? And Angie's like, okay, so, like, you don't know. Let me call the head of Kerastase right now and tell them how upset you are. So I guess her best friend is, like, someone who works for Kerastas. I don't know. So Bronwyn's like, let's just apologize and end it. And then Lisa's like, no, I have to go. So she leaves. And so now Whitney is getting her reading done with the tarot card guy. And the tarot reader's telling her, like, there's a snake and you have to get rid of it. It's someone who you think is your friend that you just can't trust. And then while he's saying that, Lisa walks in. And it's like, and Lisa's like telling her bye, smiling, just walks away. So Angie is, we're back at the table now. Angie's crying. She's like, she's not going to be bullied and she's just sick of it. Like, she's like, she has to kiss the ring, she has to kiss Lisa's ass and all that. Like, and she always has to apologize. And then she throws the horse that Lisa gave Electra and the horse's leg breaks, which is crazy because during Angie's tarot reading, the guy said that there's going to be an accident involving a horse. And look at that. The horse's leg break. And then Mary is in her confessional. She's like, I have to give it to him. He knew what he was talking about. Yeah, so Lisa is trying so sorry. Angie says that Lisa is trying to make her look bad, and the soup man, she doesn't even know anyone who sells soup, and that was like the funniest shit ever. That was so funny. Like Angie. And then Angie says that her reputation is being questioned, and then Mary tells her to calm down. Like, it's not that deep, let it go. Because now Angie is like, like once Angie gets started, she's really, for some reason, she really got riled up about this. The credit cards, the soup man, her reputation, all of that. She really let Lisa get under her skin, and Angie completely lost her shit. Just like Lisa lost her shit during like the little press conference she held. This is what Angie's doing, just completely losing it. And then Angie says that everyone, like Lisa talks shit about everyone, and everyone has gone back to her. And Mary's personally offended by that. She's like, what did you say to me? She's like, you went back to her. She's like, I'm done. No, I'm done with you. And Mary says, like, she's not going to sit here and be yelled at and all that because, Angie's losing her mind. And Angie continues to say that she's not doing anything with soup. And she's just tired. And, like, she really loves everyone. And she even likes Brittany a little bit. And then Jared calls Brittany. And then I think Bronwyn's the one who says, like, says some shit and then hangs up on him. And that's how we end the episode. So yeah, we stayed in one spot the entire episode. And yeah, that's it. So I'm going to rate this episode, and this may be a controversial thing, you guys, but I'm just going to do it. I'm giving this episode a 6.5. I'm sorry. I just didn't have fun. Angie and Lisa going at it for 40 minutes about nothing. Like nothing. I don't know. Usually, like, when I had the press conference, like with that, I thought that was entertaining. I thought the gout dick sucker, Amy's house party, her thing, I thought that was great. But it was just this. I just feel like nothing was resolved. And I don't know. I wasn't a huge fan. Like, usually I'm super engaged in these episodes too, and I'm just like, oh my god. I wasn't really engaged with this one, and I watched it this morning again so I could go back and take notes, because I like to watch the episode just from, so I don't feel pressured to write everything down when it premieres, and then the next day I like to watch it again. And even the second watch around, I was just, I was just like, wow, this wasn't, I don't know. It just wasn't that great. And I hope that this is the low episode rating. I hope this is the lowest that we get this season, because they're hit after hit. But yeah, this one was a 6.5 for me. Like, even Potomac had more going on in their second episode than this. So yeah. Alright guys, well, thank you so much for listening to me talk about the Housewives. If you like this video, please like, subscribe. That would be really great. And yeah, that's it, you guys. I will be back next week with Potomac. Or if I get bored this week, maybe I'll have some shit to say about Orange County again. I don't know. Thank you guys so much for listening to me, and I will talk to you later. Bye.